we know of fate. You and I were both just enjoying the chase. Funny how we jump through hoops to make the complicated even more complicated. Don't sweat it, this is just a give and take. In the end, there's love, no need to hate. Faster and faster, we don't stop the race. Round and round, we enjoy the chase. 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 Chase. Once in the black box, turn out the light. You feel this wave and soothing waves. Take up your shirt, turn out the music. The shower room light feels so good. You know how it treat me, tell me why. You want the half of the breeze, it's all I hear. Inhale and exhale, let me stay with you. I need you closer every now and then. Make or break, take what you like. I won't run away. Sick of our criteria. Time won't wait for you. I might need no matter what. I can't run away. Scratch out massive data. I'm inside of you. Think you heard me, don't get inside of me. No friend, unexpected with nothing left. Just like a charm, no down, no harm. The blessed water feels so good. You know how they see me geek over the drinks. All by myself, marinade. Forget me not, you're the only one that means your heart every night and day. Don't you know what's wrong with you? I am all the same. Light up one last candle. Oh, how very you are. Make or break, take what you like. I won't run away. Sick of our criteria. Time won't wait for you. Don't you know what's wrong with you? I am all the same. Light up one last candle. Oh, how very you are. Make or break.
No time for intros, we're just going in. Oof. Game, pop up. There it is. There it is. Sure do. Her gruff, gravely voice catches me by surprise. Considering how thin and frail she looked, I didn't expect such a sharp, forceful tone. What decades of smoking will do to a voice box, I guess. Her eyes slide off me and focus on the fox. You sure took your time, Theo? Tom give you trouble? Of course he did. Give me 5 minutes with him. I'll straighten him out. This woman is definitely, I realize, she's good at hiding it, but her swaying movements and the lilt of her voice gives it away. Everything is already taken care of. We're set to bring you over if you're ready to leave. I've been ready. It's that puppy of yours who's holding us up. Wow, I do not like the way she said puppy. You mean Rofi? Holly says gently. Yeah, whatever his name is. I've got a bone to pick with you too, Theo. What else is new? She ignores him. You got quite the nerve sending us some baby doctor to take care of me. The boy looks like he's 15. Holly cuts in again. He's a certified healthcare provider and he's treating you for free. That's a pretty good deal, don't you think? I suppose. He's taking a sweet time, though. As if on cue, Rofi re-enters the room, stuffing what looks like a paw full of juice box into a beat-up old tote bag. I took a moment to examine his face, trying to gauge how things went. I had to get somewhere between not great and not awful. Alright, Diana, I've packed your monitors, test strips, needles, juice. What about that purse I told you to get? She interrupts sharply. Yes, I've packed your purse as well. If you need or want anything else, we can always bring it over later. Ollie chimes in and smiling down at her. Yeah, I'll probably need a change of clothes at some point. Alright, Theo, we are pretty much ready to go. Great, Theo responds, clearly more than a little surprised by this fact. Let me just take a quick inventory here and we can head out. As Rofi and Theo starts going over the contents of the tote bag, Ollie gestures me over and then turns to the old sheep. Okay, Diana, up you go. Don't rush me, Oliver. I'm old. I'm not rushing you. You were the one who said you were ready. She laughs, a sound like marble on a cheese grater, and flashes him a yellow gap-toothed grin. Marble on a cheese grater. Ollie giggles. The ewe gathers herself and grips the arm of the low-slung chair. She pushes herself up about halfway, and then falls back down again. Just hang on a minute. At a few more failed attempts, Ollie quietly offers her an arm, which, after one final try, she takes. 1, 2, 3. He gently but firmly maneuvers her upright and waits while she gets her by balance. Thank you. Of course. She turns and addresses me for the first time. And just what are you looking at, Spotty? Spotty? What am I? Nothing. I'm just here to help if needed. Ha. Showing up once the hard work is all done. I see. I know your type. I blink at her, momentarily at a loss for words. What's with that face? Hey. Ollie mouths a little apology and interrupts. Theo, we're ready for you. Diana gives me a last disdainful once-over and then calls out to Theo. You better not drop me, you hear? She chuckles and turns to Ollie. You know, I bet I could get him to carry you too. Want me to ask? Ollie giggles again. Not if you want him to make it there. I'll weigh quite a bit more than you do. Maybe next time, eh? I didn't have Ollie makes friends with a toxic woman on my bingo card for today, but this has been a week full of surprise. Atlas. At the sound of my name, I turn my focus away from the confusingly dynamic duo. Could you get the door for us? Oh, yes, of course. I hold the door open, one wind tearing new breath into the musty apartment, as Theo bends down and scoots up the old woman with surprising ease. I notice she keeps a tight grip on Ollie's hand, only letting go once clearly secure in Theo's arms. Here, Theo, right this way. I'll try to clear more of a path for you. Together, we guide the fox outside and around the house, with Ollie trailing closely behind. Theo takes every step with diligence and heavy certainty, eyes and limbs locked in tight focus. As he passes me, I sneak a glance at Diana. The old sheep looks smaller than ever, pressed up against Theo's broad chest. Her one good eye remains fixed on Ollie, who keeps pace with Theo without tripping him up. He mutters soft words to her as they travel, voice inaudible over the wailing wind. And at the head of the procession is Rofi, sharp-eyed and serious, leading Theo forward while keeping a close eye on his patient. After a collection of tense eternities, Theo mounts the steps of number 30 and Rofi pulls the door open. Theo immediately strides over to a plush sofa and deposits Diana on the cushioned seat. He kneels in front of her, fussing with her jacket and making sure she's comfortable. There you go, Diana. We have arrived. He attempts a well-worn smile. Thank you for flying Theo Airlines. Terrible in-flight service. Not even drink menu. Bar service for our VIP passengers only, I'm afraid. Ollie chirps, slipping a pillow behind her back. Should have splurged and gone on the upgrade. Unbelievable. The airline has gone along with everything else. Scanning the rest of the room, I spot Rofi in the kitchen doorway, talking in hushed tones with Mrs. Robinson. With her husband absent, she almost seems like a different person. She listens intently, nodding and asking questions as he runs through the contents of Diana's medical bag, meticulously copying his instruction on a small legal pad. She really seems to care, though I can't help but notice the furtive, distrustful glances she sneaks at Theo. He seems to notice them too. The more time we spend in this house, the answer he gets. Theo? He looks up from rearranging the same blanket on the same armchair for the fourth time. Oh yes, Ollie, what's up? I think Rofi and I can handle things here for a while. Beth has very kindly agreed to let us stay to look after her. He gestures to the now snoring sheep on the couch. If the two of you want to head back to the house, you can go ahead. Aye. That sounds like a good idea. I pull up next to Theo and grab the reins of the conversation. We can check in on the other two. Make sure they got back okay. Time to pack it in, Theo. We're not being helpful anymore. Well, You sure the two of you will be fine here alone? Oh, we'll be great. Don't worry about us. Theo inspects Ollie for a moment, a quizzical smile spreading across his face. You know, I'm actually not worried at all. Oh, 1 second. One moment, guys. I'm gonna go grab my tea. Okay. Okay. You know, I'm not actually worried at all. You were really amazing with her. Ollie stuff. Ollie stuff his claws in his pockets and shuffle his feet. Old people tend to like me. I don't know why. Well, that explains why I like you then. Okay, Grandpa, let's get you to bed. My stomach growls loudly. Maybe we can eat first? I suggest, smiling sheepishly. I'm starving. I don't want to make Miss Robinson cook for us as well. Right. Theo's face falls somewhat. Yes, I think it's time. With one final wave to Ollie and Rofi, the dog is so focused he barely even registers our leaving. Theo and I head for the door. Ahem. Atlas, that was your name, yes? I turned surprised to see Tom standing stiffly at the base of the stairwell. I hadn't heard him come downstairs at all. Yes, that's me. May I speak with you for just a moment? What's with the politeness? Why bother now to being such a huge, well, I can say this, douche all morning? You, want me to wait for you? If you don't mind, I won't be long. He nods, clearly a bit nervous, but settles in near the front door with his phone. Tom beckons me forward, and I follow him partially up the stairs until Theo and most of the living room is out of the sight. I'll get right to the point. You seem like a nice kid, so I want to give you a little warning. Okay. How long have you known Theodore? I can feel my hackles rising as is quite adequate, but I keep my voice calm and even. A few months, why? To be fair, I hadn't really gotten to know him until this week, but I didn't feel like telling him that. I don't like the tone of his voice one bit. So not long at all then. Let me tell you something, kiddo. Don't call me kiddo. I've known that boy since he was in his diapers. Ever since then, he's been an arrogant, insufferable little blah. I feel my claws extend and I ball my fists to keep them from showing. Always high on something, always playing hooky. Okay, so so Theo used to be a junkie, gotcha. Always causing trouble for his elders and betters. His parents were like that too, a lot of pride and too little respect. Oh, pride goeth before a fall, and that the rotten apples doesn't far fall. You know, he worried that aunt of his to death, poor thing. Oh, he worried that aunt of his to death, poor thing. She was the only decent member of that family. A red-hot spike of rage pierces right through my chest and my stomach coils like a viper. Take my word for it, people like him don't change. If that's how they grow up, that's how they stay. I don't care what kind of good Samaritan act he's putting on these days, I don't trust it for a second. He points a stubby finger at me like the barrel of a gun. You watch your background if you hear, or at least watch your wallets. Ooh, I can't say that. Atlas, I think I'm gonna head out now, but I'll meet you back at the house. Theo's voice anchors me, reminds me why I'm here. It's not to argue with him. This guy doesn't deserve my time. Deep breath in and out. I swallow my retorts and dust off my best customer service face. Alright, sir, I'll take that into consideration. Now, if you'll excuse me, Theo and I should be going. His beady eyes somehow became even beadier, and suddenly I see the trap I almost stepped into. I had spent all morning catching Theo whenever he came close to blowing up, and with just a few obnoxious sentences, Tom had nearly pushed me over the edge. I remember Theo's words from earlier. That's exactly what he's waiting for. The moment I start shouting at him, he'll take it as proof that he was right all along. Oh wait, this is Theo. That's exactly what I was waiting for. Okay. I've had enough of this man. I turn on my heel and stride quickly down the stairs. I catch a surprised and concerned looking Theo by the arm and direct him forcefully towards the front door. Let's go. It's almost a relief to be out in the snow again. Dawn had fully broken while we were inside, bringing welcome daylight and a sense of relief. I walk wordlessly through the drifts, grateful for the silence. Theo naturally passes me with his longest stride, and then starts walking even faster. He must be eager to get home. I don't blame him for that, though he's really starting to leave me behind. I pick up my pace, eyes fixed on the back of his fuzzy head. By the time we reach the house, I'm practically jogging to keep up. He holds the door open silently, and we both shuffle in. Theo dumps his coat and boots and immediately heads for the kitchen, steps quickening even further. The moment he reaches the table, he collapses into that same noisy chair with a whoosh of breath and buries his head in his paws. Even from across the room, I can see him shaking. Without a moment's hesitation, I find myself rushing over to him and laying a paw on his shoulder. His shivering doesn't even slow. Are you all right? I'm fine, he says slowly, voice muffled by his paws. I see visions of a younger Theo hunched over the same table. I'm just so glad we weren't too late. Me too. Honestly, I half expected to walk over there and find her. I nod, then remember he can't see me. Yeah. I'm surprised she stayed there that long. I mean, what was she expecting? Honestly, I think she was going to let fate take its course. I think she was just waiting to die. Theo's word pierced my skin and arced through my veins like lightning. Sat in a cold house in a howling windstorm, just sitting and breathing until the breathing finally stops. Who am I to judge? To think, I almost messed it all up too. What? No, you were great. You knew just what to do and say, and you gave all of us really good directions too. I was serviceable, but only because the rest of you were there to fill the gaps. His head resurfaces from under his paws. I really couldn't have done it without you. I knew it meant all of us, but my heart flutters just the same. Well, you were here. Yes, you were, and thank goodness for that. Theo smiles wearily, and the rising sun sets his ivory coat alight. For the second morning in a row, we sit across from one another at the reliable old table, tired but content. Can I get you a cup of tea or something? If you don't mind, I'd prefer a whiskey. No problem. Where do you keep it? A bar downstairs? Cabinet above the fridge. Should be shot glasses there too. Pour yourself one if you want. I give his shoulder one more pat, head over to the fridge, and swing the cabinet door open. Judging from the label, the whiskey looks top shelf. Must be for special occasions. The shot glasses, by comparison, looks cheap and very, very dusty. I take the bottle and bring the glasses over to the sink where I give them a quick rinse. I hold it all over to the table and pour him a hefty shot, pouring with my heart. He deserves it, after the day he's had. There you go. In one stiff motion, he takes a glass and tips it down his throat, placing it back on the table with a long exhale. You know how to pour. I chuckle. All I did was fill it to the brim. Did you get yours already? I guess I could use. Wanted to get you settled first. I get a big whiff of the booze as I pour out my shot. The smell is wickedly sharp, massively engineered to dull everything else. Sorry, should have waited for you. Bad form not to toast. Don't worry about it. I won't tell anyone. Cheers. Down the hatch. That's a bit strong. Theo laughs. That's why I keep it up there. Looks pretty expensive, so thanks for sharing it with me. Of course, what's mine is yours. I usually don't believe people when they say that, but I believe Theo. We sit in comfortable silence for a little while, watching dawn clamber slowly through the icy windows. I sneak glances at him from time to time, watching as his face slowly shifts back towards worry. I can tell there's a question coming, and I think I know what's going to be. If you don't mind me asking, what did Dom say to you right before you left? He eyes me with a measured gaze. He seemed to already know the answer. I weigh my option. Tom's a gritty dick. I'm not particularly inclined to believe his moral judgments about anybody, let alone Theo. Why should I upset him by repeating Dom's bullshit? Then again, I don't want Theo to think I'm keeping something from him. It really feels like he's starting to trust me. I don't want to jeopardize that. He warned me about you. Theo nods, unsurprised. He said you're putting on a good Samaritan act. That he's known you your whole life and that people like you never change. Theo snorts derisively and reaches for the bottle. I sat in silence as he pours and downs another shot. Well, do you believe him? Time slows as I study his face and inspect the tone of his voice. His soft eyes watch me as close as I watch him, looking for clues out to my answer. He doesn't sound angry or resentful. More than anything else, he sounds tired. No, I don't. I mean, just look at you. You've worked yourself to the bone to the house. To the bone to house and provide for us. You've gone out of your way to help people you hardly even know. Compared to Tom, we had to twist his arm to let an old dying woman sit on his couch while his wife did all the work. If anyone is putting on a good Samaritan act, it's him, and he's a piss poor actor. Theo lets out a bark of laughter, tinged with relief. Always has, man. Honestly, I almost punched him. I was this close. But then I remembered what you said about how he always tries to get you to break first. Theo not. That's his game. Bad faith manipulation. He'll push you until you're standing on the edge of a cliff and tell you it's your fault when you fall. Now it seems as good as any time. Well, now it seems as good a time as any to ask. What exactly is your backstory with Theo sits perfectly still and silent, the resurging wind clattering against the windows behind him. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I add hastily, wonder if I got too familiar. No, that's alright. A worried chuckle. I'm surprised to hear myself say it, but I don't mind telling you. Yesterday morning was so cathartic. I've actually had to hold back telling you more stories for your sake. It almost feels like confession. Except when I confess to you, I feel no shame or fear. Oh, my nose. He rubs the back of his neck, embarrassed. Sorry, that's a weird thing to say. Nah, I don't think that's weird. As long as you don't start calling me father. Theo guffaws. No risk of that, I promise you. He settles more deeply into his chair and begins fiddling with the empty shot glass. Suffice to say, I made a lot of enemies growing up. That's shockingly easy to do as a Catholic, but I was especially disliked. And quite honestly, it was usually my fault. Theo stops mid-sentences, one of his ears flickering. I hear it too. Voices from the living room coming this way. Theo glances apologetically at me and quickly moves to put the whiskey away. He manages to close the cabinet door just as Hunter and Artemis enter the room. Morning, you two. Back to smiles. Morning, you two. Hunter sounds as chipper as ever, despite all the excitement. Does anything faze him? We really have to stop meeting like this. Artemis quips, heading straight for the fridge. I'm starving now, don't want to cook anything. Who wants a sandwich? My stomach makes a brand new noise I've never even heard before. I very desperately want a sandwich. Me. Alright, then go nuts. Artemis drops a clawful of witch makings onto the table with a thick, meaty smack. Y'all can make your own sandwiches, I believe in you. Yeah, of course I was gonna make my own. Unless... No. I'll put on some coffee. Theo putters around the room as the rest of us collapse on the food. If there's one thing I can do, it's make a sandwich. Condiments? Artemis calls from the fridge. Just mustard, thanks. Mayonnaise. Ew, really? Yes, really, mayo is delicious. But, Hunter, be very careful what you say. Hunter, be very careful what you say next. Badmouth mayonnaise and you don't get any mustard. Uh-oh. There we go. I've been waiting for that. I am in control of the mustard supply here, and I say you need to treat mayo with more respect. Wow, I didn't realize I was sharing a table with actual criminals. Well, now you know. Alice, what's your opinion on the condiment of kings? Artemis waggles the mustard at me threateningly. Hunter scrunches up his face even further. Sorry, Hunter, but I'm with them. I'm a proud mayo enjoyer and I have logged on. Let me see. Wait. I'm a proud mayo enjoyer and I have logged on. Unbelievable. It's so over. Good answer. You may keep your mustard privileges. I knew you were a real one. Well, none for me. You can keep your nasty egg spread to yourself. Alright, I will. The condiment of kings is not fit for peasants after all. Hey, who are you calling a peasant? I'll give you 2 guesses. Not even that fancy looking coat you wear can hide the poverty of your spirits. Oof. Wait. Not even that fancy looking coat can hide the poverty of your spirit. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. What's wrong with my coat? Artemis blinks, clearly regretting that comment. But Hunter quickly snaps back normal. At least I have a coat. You're not fooling anyone with your 3 hoodies. I'll admit to being a little worried about that. How can you go out in those without fur? Skill issue. But for real though, feathers can be just as warm as fur. Animals are always surprised when they hear that. Huh, that is surprising to hear, yeah. Also, I usually run hot. A few small layers are enough. Do you own a real coat, Artemis? No. All I suppose is better than nothing. Theo's phone vibrates loudly on the table and he snatches it up. Tom? No, thank goodness. It's just Ollie giving me an update. Things have stabilized nicely. Tom's the guy in number 30. Yep, him and Beth, his wife. I didn't get much of a look at either of them. Artemis' eyes search me and Theo. Are they good people? An easy answer springs to my mind, but I wait for Theo to answer first. The fox sighs, putting down his phone and rubbing his eyes. A muffled laugh escapes from behind his paw. That's a difficult question. I thought it might be. Tom stinks. I'm just gonna stay quiet. Tom does stinks. I have never liked them. You've known him a while? He and my parents went to the same church. My father and him would always talk after Mass. I just remember I wanted to get out of there, and the 2 of them wouldn't stop blabbing about interest rate and ROIs and the latest weather forecast. I guess maybe they were friends, acquaintances at least. I remember Tom's words to me right before I left. His parents were like that too. A lot of pride and too little respect. They must not have been that close. Beth, Mrs. Robinson, my mom, and I would always stand off awkwardly to the side, just waiting for them to get bored and pack it in. Did they have a kid you could talk to, or...? No, they did not. They never did have children. From the look on his face, I could tell there's some ugly history there. I should have shrugged. Kids aren't for everybody. Amen. Theo responds absently then, with some effort picks up the thread of the story. They've been together for, heck, I'm not sure, longer than I've been alive. So, just the Triassic period. Not quite that long now. Do you know how they met? They met at work. Theo takes a long sip of coffee. He was still upper management for a construction company. She was his secretary. Oh, scandalous. Artemis' voice is perfectly flat. The voice of someone desperately trying to reserve judgment. I don't know the full story, but I know when he proposed, she said yes, and became a full-time housewife. And he's never stopped treating her like his secretary. Wow. Hold on. So they met at work. He is still upper management for a construction company. She was his secretary. Oh, scandalous. Scandalous. I don't know the full split. She said yes, full-time housewife. He's dressed up. Wow, that's crazy. That makes perfect sense, given what I had seen. He talks to her like an employee, in her own house. I feel my claws extending again and cram them into my pocket. I see. Arna's voice could cut glass and corrode steel. He seems like the problem. He is. Theo turns to me. The way she behaved today, she is always like that. Dead silent whenever Tom is in the room. The kitchen table falls into a similar silence. Artemis looks like he's planning a murder. I can see him weighing the orders. Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh, I can see him weighing the odds. Okay. Hunter is a million miles away, deep in inscrutable dots. How sad is this situation? Do you think she wants to leave but can't? Honestly, Artemis, I have no idea. She won't talk to me. I have a bit of a spotty history with them. Oh yeah? Care to elaborate? Theo glances at me and understands his unspoken message. Not now. I'd rather not. Fair enough. No pressure. Artemis also looks over at me, clearly having noticed our exchange. Suffice to say, I was a different person back then. Theo fiddles with the handle of this mug, not making eye contact. Worse. I was a worse person. Artemis nods in understanding. Gotcha. He graciously changed the subject. What about the old sheep? Was her name Diana? Yes, Diana the indomitable battle axe herself. She a clawful. 2 clawfuls at least, and that's on a good day. She's like you all handled her pretty well then. Hunter returns to the conversation with his usual smile, which honestly amazed me. I mean, when I first left that apartment, I thought she and Rofi were going to strangle each other. I did not expect them to be even half ready by the time we got back. But Ollie was incredible with her. I have never seen her warm up to someone so quickly. They were even cracking jokes together. That's my boy, Artemis says proudly, puffing out his chest. Old people love him for some reason. That's what he said too. So Diana, is she also on her? No, she doesn't quite make it. I like her quite a bit more than I like Tom. She's loud, rude, and generally difficult to be around, but at least you know where you stand with her. She's never minced her words, and she's never suffered fools. She just happens to have a very liberal definition of the word fool. And it's usually whoever is bothering her at the moment. She's been living in that apartment for decades, a real fixture of the neighborhood. Just her. Yes, just her. She has a daughter who lives overseas. From what I gather, they are on speaking terms. Another frosty, distant family. The world is full of them. You know what? I think I'll tell you her background and details if you're all interested. Yes, please. Sure. I nod. Theo rearranges himself in his squeaking chair, clearly excited to tell the story. As a kid, I thought she was a real pain. Another grumpy old fossil whose only passion was to hate things. My aunt always respected her, though. She never let me see anything bad about her, not without a lecture. That's the only reason I left her alone, really. And years later, when I learned her whole story, I realized MJ was right, as always. Theo smiles distantly. This is the first time he's mentioned MJ without that wistful sadness coloring his voice. He rubs his chin with a paw. Well, anyway, hopefully this will contextualize her a little. She's a city girl, born here in the mid to late 30s, back when this was still a manufacturing town. Though it's hard to imagine that now. Her father owned one of the largest factories in the area, so they had plenty of money. She was well liked as a child, good schooling, etc. Toward the end of high school, things started to get serious with her then boyfriend, a suave greaser type with slick back hair and a motorbike. I'm foggy on the details, but at some points the two of them decide that as soon as she turns 18, they're going to get married. I find myself watching Theo closely as he tells a story, the way his eyes light up, the way his paws cut through the air. I never realized how much he talks with his paws, and so that's what they do. On her birthday, they go to the courthouse and get hitched. I'm guessing that doesn't end well? Shh, Artemis, don't interrupt. You are correct, though. Her parents were absolutely ballistic. See, they didn't like her new son-in-law, not at all. Remember, this is the 50s. Even for that time, her father was an old-fashioned man. And he couldn't stand the fact that his daughter had bypassed him and gotten married without his approval. They fought bitterly about it, shook the whole earth, I bet. In the end, he cut her off completely. So now it's just Diana and her man scraping by, working whatever jobs they can find. Some months later, she gives birth to a healthy baby girl, names her after her mother, Rebecca. I don't think it did anything to bridge crap between her and her parents, though. With new mouth to feed, money gets tighter, tempers get shorter, and her husband fight long and more often. And one day he just hops on his bike and leaves. Just like that? Just like that. She was 21, with a 3-year-old daughter and almost nothing else. She was my age. Yeah, I suppose she was. So what did she do? Whatever she could. Beg favors from friends for food, clothes, babysitting, slept on couches, dug through dumpsters, worked mornings, evenings, sometimes worked nights. The first few years were hell, but she never once went to her parents for help. Eventually her luck turns. She lands a job as a saleswoman for a big cosmetic company, and her career really takes off from there. Soon she's traveling all over the country, meeting clients, building up her contact list. She was a saleswoman? That surprises me, given her sour demeanor. Theo's eyes twinkle. Difficult to believe, huh? I mean, she's so rude. Well, I don't know if she was always as bad as she is now. A lot of time has passed since then, almost 60 years. Also, she was gorgeous back in the day, a real bombshell. I bet that helped. Not that she needed it, but... Again, this was the 50s. It was a man's world back then, far more than it was now. She cut right through all that. A sharp business suit, black high heels, and zero appetite for nonsense. An absolute powerhouse. He speaks almost reverently. It's clear he admires her. Do you have any old pictures of her back then? Theo roars with laughter. No, Hunter, I don't. You could ask her for some. I think I'll pass. Smart man. Anyway, business booms, she starts making money hand over fist, and finally, there's enough to eat and pay the bills, and then some. She buys that apartment, number 27, and she and Rebecca move into it. Well, Rebecca moves in, certainly. Diana doesn't spend much time there, she was always on the go. I already know the answer, but I asked anyway. How did Rebecca feel about that? A sad smile. Not good. I know very little about the relationship, but considering how often Diana was away, couldn't have been perfect. They don't talk anymore. Hunter's deep golden eyes are slightly downcast, arms folded tightly across his chest. Theo shakes his head. They do not. I don't know when it happened. I don't know if they had one explosive falling out or just gradually drifted apart and fell out of orbit with each other. All I know is that eventually when she was old enough, Rebecca left number 27 behind. I don't think she ever came back. She never came back home. Maybe that was for the best. So now it's just Diana by herself. Time passes as it tends to. She works, she travels, she works some more. She has even less reason to come back now, so she spends most of her time away. She reaches the retirement age. She keeps working a bit longer after that. By this point, her company, the cosmetic corporation she had helped grow into a national chain, is itching to get rid of her. It might have been because she was getting grumpier and more argumentative. It was probably because she wasn't young and pretty anymore. Although contacts were aging, dropping out of the game as well. She could have migrated to upper management, I suppose. She definitely had the experience. But I don't know if she was built for it. She wasn't boardroom material. She's too blunt, too honest. She won't brown no scheme or schmooze. She spent all her time working hard. Quite honestly, people like that never become CEOs. Management starts to gently and soon not so gently shut her out until she has basically no choice but to retire. So for the final time, she moves herself back to the city she was born in and settles into number 27 by herself. And she's been there ever since, probably sitting in the same chair we found her in. These days, she doesn't leave the house. She even gets her groceries delivered. Probably her cigarettes too, if there even is a delivery service for those. Theo trolls off, and we all sit silently lost in thought. You know her story very well. Where did you hear it? Actually, guys, you know what? The music gets kind of loud. Yeah, just relax a bit. There we go. Straight from the sheep's mouth. Really? She told you herself? Theo nods, smiling broadly. She was absolutely sloshed. I was over there fixing or attempting to fix her old boiler, and I got nosy. Picked up an old photograph of her and her daughter when Rebecca was real young. Gosh, she really was beautiful. Easy there, Theo. Cool your jets. Hey, give me a break. My jets are cool. Anyway, I decided it was a good idea to ask her about it. She snatched it out of my paw and gave me the most vicious ear beating about not touching her stuff. About 20 minutes later, I'm in the basement working on the boiler. All of a sudden, she comes swaying down the stairs, flask in hand, and starts talking. Told me the whole story. I'm sure there were details I forgot, but I was so enraptured I stopped paying attention to the boiler I was supposed to fix. Apparently broke the darn thing. Do you think she'd be upset if she knew you told us? He opens his mouth, pauses, and furrows his brow. I am not sure. He gives us a guilty smile. Now that I think about it, I'm not even sure she remembers telling me. Maybe it's best if it doesn't leave this room. No problem. Time passes as it tends to. Back to this scene. The sun makes its way across the leaden sky. Leaden sky, come on. I got this. There we go. The only object in the snowbound city is still in motion. and after only a scant few hours of daylight, it vanishes. Time is strange in the storm. It expands and contracts at will, hours slipping away like shadows, while the minutes crawl by. Night finds me, and Theo curled up comfortably in the living room. Theo's nose is buried in a book, the rustling of its turning pages the only sound besides the fire. I was admittedly not reading a book. I was enjoying some mindless scrolling time, and feeling only mildly bad about it. As the sunlight slips away, Theo once again catches me in the middle of a big yawn. Yes, I agree. Frankly, I'm exhausted. He looks it. He wears it well, though. I know it's early, but I've been thinking for the last hour that I might just get into bed for a bit and see what happens. In fact, saying it out loud convinced me. I'm going to do my best old man impression and go to bed at 6. Alright, Theo, you do that. Honestly, I think I'll join you before long. As soon as Rofi and Ollie get home. Did I just say home? Theo smiles sweetly at me. Clearly he knows it too. You know what I mean. Yes, I do. Theo shuts the book and rises from his chair. Sure, it was just a slip of the tongue, but I hope this place feels like home. At least a little bit. That would make me happy. It would make her happy as well. She built it for that reason. Anyway, he rubs the back of his fuzzy neck, embarrassed. Sorry for getting all serious again. I just can't stop doing it. Don't worry about waking me. Just come up whenever you're ready. Alright, I'll be sure to make as much noise as possible. Good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must prepare for my nap of indeterminate length. Godspeed. Theo departs, the creaking stairs orchestrating his exit. Not sure how long I wait. I may even have closed my eyes once or twice. It's hard to say. Eventually they return. I pull myself out of my cozy armchair and head over to greet them. Hey guys, welcome back. Oh hey Atlas. Hey. They look and sound absolutely exhausted. Everything sorted and settled? Can we put this whole mess behind us? No. Ollie says flatly, his voice entirely monotone. I might go back to tomorrow or the day after. Probably tomorrow. Just to check her sugar and make sure she's taking her medicine. Which she definitely won't be. And I promised I'd come back too. You don't seem excited about that. Rofi shakes his head. Ollie, seemed like the two of you were getting along back there. He shrugs. She's kind of tiring. She's extremely tiring. She won't listen to me at all and just talks constantly. Rofi stops himself and takes a deep breath. It's fine. I'm just ready to go to bed. Same. For what it's worth, I think you two did an admirable job. I shuffle my paws on the carpet. I'm sorry for volunteering, everyone. I know I should have asked first, but don't be silly. Rofi cuts me off. This is what I do, after all. This is what I'm trained for. He sways, eyes drifting closed, and I am literally about to fall asleep standing up. Okay, bedtime. Let me walk you to your room. I wish I could sleep forever. Rofi mumbles as the two of them mount the first few stairs. Good night, Atlas. Not you two. Oh, actually, guys, hold on. There we go. Let's hope tomorrow is normal. Let's hope tomorrow is normal. Whatever that means. We'll see. Alone again. We all seem to have split off, most of us, to bed. Maybe I should do the same. No sense in delaying it. I'll have to sleep sometime. Rofi and Ollie's door are already shut tight, with only faint light shining from underneath Ollie's. Their tiredness doesn't surprise me, really. We did so much today, and we started so early in the morning. For the second day in a row. Standing silently in the dark hallway, the realization washes over me. We saved a woman's life today. She's alive and breathing because of us. Pride boils up within me, an emotion I haven't felt in a long, long time. opened Theo's bedroom door and slipped silently inside, running through my nightly rituals as quietly as possible. I settle onto the air mattresses, gritting my teeth at the unavoidable noise it makes. Sleep envelops me greedily, like it was waiting for my return. Let me so what did that say? I wake again. I feel nothing within and nothing without, save the telltale stinging of my weary eyes. In the end, the tears prevail. They always do. A small gap in the caked snow and ice reveals a watery full moon, the only source of light in this dark, timeless space. There is magic here, a profound magic ushered in on the moon's breath that strips away pretense and reveals the world anew. In this place, there is no fear, no shame, no hesitation. The starlight has washed it all away. For the second time that day, I rise softly from my crumpled sheets, driven by some unspoken urge. This time, he is there. Couldn't sleep either, huh? His voice is low, husky, cracked from hours of silence. My own voice breaks. I clear my throat. A nightmare. I don't elaborate. He doesn't pry. This moment I can help but drink in the sight of him. Bathe in shifting moonlight, the ripples of his clothes and blankets casting dancing shadows. His tousled white fur, the faint outline of his whisker, the gentle, elegant curve of his snout. I look selfishly, furiously, as if this opportunity will never come again as he walks back. In this silent exchange, I'm not sure if he even invites me, or if I ask him, or if the two of us just simply understand that this is what he wants, or what we want. I rise fully from my bed and crawl into his, tucking the warm, soft blankets around me. I shift a little closer. He moves his arm slightly. I tilt my head. He nods imperceptibly. Dun, 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 dun. And I fall into him, pressing myself tightly against his side. A strong arm envelops me and pulls me closer. I dig my snout into his warmth and let out the breath I'd been holding for years. It escapes as a soft, shaky rumble, half joy, half catharsis. I needed this. I needed to be held, to be anchored. For so long I'd been simply floating, drifting aimlessly through the world. Here, tucked, snuggled under Theo's arm. I'm on solid ground once again. Until against his side I feel tangible. I feel real. I don't bother controlling my purrs. They are my song to him. The simple proof of my joy. If we stay like this, just like this, I would sing for you forever. Thank you so much. We finally finished Theo. That's all of it. That's all of it. That's all of it, right? At least until the next update, right? Hold on. Oh, gosh. Okay. Gallery. Am I missing something here? Wait, what? Wait, why is this just dark? Hold on. Gallery. Next. Next. Go back. Did I miss? Wait, what am I missing? Hold on. Phone, me walking, Groffy, picture, this. It's before I met. Okay, it's before. So before I started to hang out with Ollie. Okay, let me see. Let's start a new one then. Let me see. Actually, well, hold on. What am I doing? We can just load one. Let me see. Yeah, we can. Wait, what? This was created on a different device. That's fine. Yes, that's fine. Okay, we can just do this. Okay, so okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. We see Rofi, then we see the picture, then we see the first stream. First stream. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Join the hunter on the bed. Gymnastics. Cook with Artemis. We did cook with. Okay. Relax it, Theo. Okay, let me see. Wait, was it here? Was it here? Let me see. No. Let me. Actually, you know what? Let's load here. Pick Ollie. Where do we see that? Okay, go back. Is it not here? Wait, what am I doing? It's not going any back. Okay. What is this? Where did this? Hold on. So it's below. It's before the bar scene. Wait. Wait, do we... Wait, or is it... Hold on. Next. Let me see. No, it's super before the bar scene. Okay. Oh, okay. Now we see the real path. Get up to Artemis and Hunter or go back to sleep with Rofi. I don't think this part matters. Rush, sleep as late as you like. Oh, wait a minute. How'd you guess? Hey, I was trying to make a conversation. Hey, what are you up to now? Wait, hold on. I already read this part. Why? Wait, no, I recognize this dialogue. Wait a minute. What's happening? Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Oh, look at that. Okay. That's cool. I am actually just trying to wrap this up because I don't think we got time for another one. There we go. That is so weird. What? Wait. I missed it because I chose not to sleep in. That's crazy. Okay. I mean, that's okay. That's fine. We got it all. Whew. Everyone, we finished. We are done. We did all the routes. We did all the routes, thank goodness. Oh, my back. My back. Okay. So we have less than an hour to wrap this stream up. Yeah, as much as I would love to go through all that, I would do that off stream. I'll read all of that off stream because I had no idea that had a new new art of like a really different interaction for selecting that choice earlier. Okay. But yeah, whew. So, so the cool thing is that the cool thing is that even though we're pretty much done with Promises to Keep, the game is still not done. There still will be updates. So, which means, at least I think, they're going to add new stories. I'm going to look this up. 1 second. Meanwhile, let me just put on some Persona music for you guys. There we go. Okay, guys, 1 second. Oh, why does it start off that way? I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go with this. There we go. That's perfect. So let's see here. Now I can look at this. Now I can look at the Patreon and not be spoiled. Okay. Whew. There we go. So let me see. Promise to Keep Patreon. What happened? Wait, what? Why is my music buffering? Okay, well, it'll come back. Let me just. Okay, so there is a. Okay. So everyone's day 3 routes. Wait, so everyone's day 3 routes? Wait, hold on. I'm seeing a poll for day 4, which means everyone's day 3s has been done. Oh my goodness, that's the wait, what? Oh, version 9. Okay. Wait. Version 9 came out? Oh my goodness, okay. Oh wait. Promises to Keep. No way. No way that game. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Version 9 came out. Let me see. Version 9 came out. Well, dang. Now I kind of regret skipping that small portion of the story, even though it doesn't really lead to a specific route. But oh, okay. It's for Hunters Day 4. Hmm. So, as we shared in our previous world, we returned to Hunters Day 3 to bulk up some of the lore and contests. So, be sure to play from day 3 for the full experience. Wait, they updated day 3 and added day 4? Ooh. Oh, dang. Okay, so I actually. Oh, snap. I have to reread day 3. Well, not reread. It's gonna be different. Let's see. Did I not download it? Is it not downloading? Oh, you know what? They have it for Android too. I can play it on my phone. I can play this game on my phone, like legit. That's crazy. Okay, let me see. Okay, promises to keep. I'm actually looking for the instructions on how to. Well, let me see. So, like, okay. Mm, okay. Uh, 1 second, guys. Could I just? Here we go. There's a save. I'm just copying the saves right now. There we go. So like with this promise to keep, right? Yeah, isn't it gonna be just as easy as just hold on, whoopsie. So put the saves here, right? And then we're gonna take you. Yep, cut. And then go back here. And then paste. And yeah, really, it should be as easy as just copying the saves from the old one to the new one, and then I'm set, right? It's that easy, right? Oh shoot, wait, where do I put it? Game. There we go. Oh crap, wait. What's going on? Why didn't that work? Oh, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't extract at all. That's why. Okay, extract, please. Uh, extract, please. Mm, there we go. Now we extract. Interesting. Oh wait, hold up. If they updated, right. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Cancel. Hmm? What do you mean? What's still compressed? Let me see. Oh, I keep. Let's just delete that. Okay. Oh, okay. My loads are still here. This says version 9 now. Okay. I look at the patch up window, remembering the extraneous branch removal. The last of the most we're gonna allow quickly get from their guild. Seems my bad luck followed me here. Now Hunter has to give up his private space. How did I end up being such a burden on everyone? Now that there's a huge hole in this house, I cover my. The memory of a chill wind ripples through my clothes. I shiver once, a stiff, violent shake. Atlas, look at me, please. The monument effort to meet Ollie's deep blue eyes. That was just as much as ever for him as. Oh, is the new one they added? I'm actually gonna compare them later. So is the new one like Ollie trying to? Oh, hold up. Okay. Because it wouldn't let me skip at this portion. So did they, so I guess the change here is that they added, the art of that tree branch back when I'm thinking about, the past again, and Ollie brought me back, and then changed back to, okay. Guess he's done beating around the bush. Fair enough. Yeah, a little. I could. What? Why is it just... Hold on. I don't know exactly what's going on, obviously. We haven't talked very much, but Hunter seems like a great guy. Ollie picks out one of his claws, staring into a steaming mug. I can tell that he's hurting, even if I can't say why. Pause to think it'll continue. Sometimes you can't just fix pain like that. Okay, so there's some... Oh. I mean, you can treat physical pain, of course, but I don't think that's his main concern. You're incredibly perceptive, by the way. I'm not great at hiding how I'm feeling, but it seems like you clocked Hunter before I did. Oh. He half exits again and then turns and scurries over to the snack cupboard. I just need some fuel for the session. After selecting a few brightly colored bags of chips and a couple of soda cans, he turned to me. Yeah, Alex, good luck. I know you'll figure it out. Thank you, Ollie. Okay. He gets off his bed, shuffling over to me with slow, cautious steps. Isn't for a hug. For a second, I get a good close-up look at his golden eyes. We got that art. I wrap my arms around him tightly, rubbing my head against his shoulders. Okay. Oh, good evening, sir. We've been expecting you. A gentle professional welcome, a mechanical click, and the swift turn of a handle. A door swings open in front of me. Soft, golden lamplight pours from within, granting shape and color to the endless void, and to me as well. In its stifling, gilded warmth, I feel a strange premonition of tragedy. Come now, don't dawdle. You've been so eager to see what's inside. The door's open for you. I step across the threshold. Oh, wow, we got the day for y'all. Oh, okay. This, I actually don't mind continuing along. Holy moly, good thing I caught that update. Wait, hold on. Before we keep going, let me actually read what the Patreon says. Let me see. I was actually interested on seeing. Okay. Day 4 route poll. So they're voting for the next one. Okay. How do I join to unlock? How much, my friend? How much do I gotta give? Show me the money. Show me the money. Let me see. Okay, $10 a month. That's not bad. Honestly, $10 a month ain't bad. Okay, good to know. God dang. An actual update. That's that's juicy. That's just delicious. And find myself in a foyer of richly decorated house. I blink rapidly, eyes adjusting from the darkness outside. A number of finely dressed staff glide about like pieces on a board, dusting and polishing and arranging and rearranging their movements, calculated and precise. They take no notice of me, eyes sliding over me without catching. A butler carrying a broom bustles past, close enough that I instinctively step aside, and bracing myself against a fine wooden mantel. Fireplace framed by panel of dark brown oak with blinding gold-tinted metalwork, ornamenting the cold emptiness. Feeling distinct chill, I cast my gaze elsewhere to the nearby dining room. I wander to the head of the table and look over out its expanse, marking the rich mahogany surface. Freshly polished, the burnished silver candelabra, and the plush, neatly arranged chairs all tucked cozily against the wood. Except one. The chair at the opposite head sits farther back than the others, look expectantly back at me, waiting. Well, seems to ask, aren't you going to have a seat? The main course is about to be served. I cross the room and sink into the chair's embrace. Now it's my turn to wait. Very good of you to join us today. A voice from behind startles me. I spin around, but no one is there. When I turn back, a silver dome rests on the table directly in front of me. For you, sir. The voice echoes once more from nowhere, the pyramid-suited staff now gone without a trace. I lift the dome to reveal a book. For a hunter, the cover reads in perfect cursive. How could I resist when it was placed here just for me? I open the diary to the first page. Oh, Atlas question mark. Atlas question mark. To my dearest, there are so many things to say, and only so much to say at all, and so many pages in this book. While I'm able to, however, I will write. Please find a list of important phone numbers below. The rest of the page is filled with names of financial advisors, accountants, lawyers. What an odd way to start a diary. It almost feels like. I turn to the next page. The rustle of paper, now the only sound in the world. Tax returns from the last 5 fiscal years are in my old leather briefcase. Surely you remember the one I mean. You'll find it in the upstairs study next to the bookshelf. I'll try my hardest to keep them current, as they may prove useful. You'll also find a complete list of assets in the filing cabinet by the desk. Birth and marriage certificates will be in the master bedroom, in the safe next to the desk. The code is your birthday. The rest of the page follows similarly. Instructions and directions to esoteric items carefully scrolled around throughout the house. In a strange way, it feels almost like a scavenger hunt, with safe and drawers instead of cryptically marked trees, and legal documents in place of prizes, and duty in place of whimsy. I glaze to the final page of the entry. I hope this can start to make up for all the things I couldn't teach you. More to come. After such an avalanche of technical jargon, those last few words thrum with sorrow. They hang in the air, dangling heavy with regret. I turn the page. 050118. The writing is starting to look a little bit disordered. The crisp, neat cursive letters jostling each other for space. It's getting harder to read. I've decided to start winding down operations. The market for artificial valves has been stagnant, and health devices as a whole have been downtrending. Normally I tried to ride this out. My staff is quite knowledgeable, and I trust their expertise. But I don't think my head is what it used to be. I know it isn't. Next bit of text is a few lines down the page. I realize I had promised to teach you, yet a year has passed since my last entry. So, how about a lesson? Normally the amount of income you can put in your retirement fund for tax protection gets more complex from there. I skim over for the next few pages, unable to really follow the subject matter. My paws are beginning to itch. Essentially, you end up conserving a lot more capital for later use than you are usually able. It's something my father taught me. It's something he'd want me to pass to you. My heart swells with pride as I read, the kind of pride that parents feel seeing their child ride a bicycle for the first time. I don't expect significant financial troubles, but it's always important to minimize risk. You must learn these lessons if our family is to remain prosperous. Next line is bold, underlined and traced over multiple times. Unfortunately, in this world, money is loud, and we need to make sure we can always be heard. More empty lines and then, you are remarkable, Hunter. A miracle. I don't think anyone has told you that nearly enough. The once gentle light spreads and harshens, like roots snaking through the soil, like brass veins running through flesh. Messier writing, but I can still make out all the words. It has been far too long since my last entry. Actually, forgot it. Hold on, guys. There we go. There we go. It's graduation season, and as I write this, I see balloon and flower vendors on every street corners. It's hard to believe that you'll be going away soon. And even harder to believe you won't be studying business. Jokes aside, I'm proud of you. I wanted to put this in writing while the thought still sticks in my head. A few lines of space. I hope you don't resent us for raising you like we did. We were always so busy and so focused on work, and yet you're turning out to be a fine young man nonetheless. I will miss you, Hunter. I blink away a tear, brilliant flashes of color blurring and flowering through my misty eyes. When did it get so bright? The entries continue to get shorter. It feels like I'm running out of time. I have to keep reminding myself how long it's been since I last saw you. I keep expecting to see you around the corner. I keep thinking I hear your voice. I have to keep reminding myself. Oof. I saw you on TV. You were so great. And one fell entry before the sea of empty white. Oh gosh, the fonts are big. The dates sit alone atop a perfectly blank page. That's it then. The glow washes over me, cradles me, like warm, gentle waves at the seashore. The wicked gold pours through the cracks in the walls, pillars and beams and bending, crumbling without a sound, without even the rustle of paper, without. I hear the familiar sound of the front door opening, once again granting shape and color to the gilded abyss, and once again, to me, I struggle to lift my weary head. Hey, Hunter. I know your face. My milky eyes clear. The flood recedes for just a precious moment longer. Dad, my little miracle. Hey, back. I'm home. He approaches slowly. The diary. I have to remind myself. He cradles his arm. He's in pain. I don't have time. I feel myself coming undone, unraveling thread by thread like an old sweater. He takes my paw. Or is it the paw of a stranger? Someone he only just met. The golden tide comes in. My vision fades and flickers. His face shifts into focus. His eyes, so like mine. One by one, the spiderweb fractures blossom, tearing up and down my frame until they open up and the light pours out of me. For the first time in my life, I feel like I can breathe. I can finally rest. So this is what it feels like. How refreshing. Wake once more slowly, newly familiar art. Okay, I'm just gonna see there's a new art. I am heavy, oh so heavy. I'm actually just gonna see if there's new art. If not, I'll just stop here. because I think that's a really good place to stop. We down not by grief, but by bittersweet yearning. What a dream. Flashing images, fragmented visions, and garbled sounds churn inside my bounding head. One by one they pour through my fingers and slip away like water disappearing down the drain, leaving ulling feelings in their wake. Hollow golden echoes that I can't quite name. I lie perfectly still, waiting, turning the emotions over and over until I feel wholly of myself again. A few moments pass before I notice a slight dampness on the back of my neck. I hear a soft sniffle. Hunter? He jolts a little, probably not expecting me to be awake. He clears his throat. Hey, yeah, I'm here. I let the room fall silent. He gives my neck a slow nuzzle, squeezing me tight. I lean back against him, happy to be his plushie, happy to be useful. When was the last time I didn't wake up alone? The thought catches me off guard, almost robbing me of breath. Slowly, gently, I place my paws over his. They seem real. They seem solid. Maybe I should pinch myself. Hey. Hello, Zama. Good evening. Nice to see you here. I hope your night's going great. Hunter's husky voice interrupts me before I can act on the absurd thought. I can't really fall back asleep. Want to get up? Not really, but yeah, I like that. He releases me from his embrace and pulls away, the bed creaking slightly. I hear a few more quiet sniffles and a measured, steady breath. He flips on the light. That's okay, Zama. I appreciate you coming here anyways. We're about to wrap up anyways, because my back is killing me. There it is, his brave, perfect smile. The difference is like night and day. Morning, Hunter. Is it even morning? What time is it? The raccoon glances down on his phone. 5 a.m., so early in the morning, I guess. My body responds with a yawn. Hey, I know I said I can't sleep, but that doesn't mean you can't. You sure you're ready for the day? One of us has to be awake today, at least. I cover my mouth and nod. Yeah, I'm sure. Very sure. I wonder who else is already up. He grins at me. Theo, surely. And maybe Ollie, but I'll wager he never went to sleep at all. He approaches the door. Want to see if I'm right? I have to admit his smile is infectious, grounding. It reminds me of who and where I am. You first. Despite our eagerness, we remember to step lightly across the hallway. From the top of the stairwell, I can see one of the lights shining from downstairs. Hunter starts descending with me close behind. I watch as he reaches the ground floor and peers into the kitchen. He turns back and pumps his fist in the air theoretically. Guess Theo's up. We walk in together. Theo's sitting in his usual spot. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Wait. This is day 4. This is day 4. Okay, I'm not counting the days. So we have Theo's day 4. We have Rofi's day 4. And that's it. And now we're doing Hunter's day 4. So we need okay, so the poll's gonna be Ollie's, Artemis. Wait, hold on. Wait, let me go back. Wait. Ollie hasn't had his day 4, and then I know Artemis hasn't. Oh yeah, it's just those two. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the poll is just gonna be for Ollie and Artemis. That's actually a tough choice. That's actually a tough choice. I don't know who to choose. I wish I could pick them both, but that's not an option. That's okay though. It's okay. Wait, who do I pick? I'll sleep it over. I'll sleep it over. We walk in together, Theo sitting in his usual spot. The fox is tapping aggressively at his phone, ice burrowed, a full mug getting cold in front of him. Okay, yeah. These are same dialogues. Hunter opened his mouth, but Theo beats him to it, flicking his eyes up at both of us in a brief hello before falling back to his phone screen. Say, that's not like him. Hunter and I exchanged looks, confused and a little worried. I nod my head to the coffee machine and he nods back, walking over to make a pot while I sit and try to assess the situation. Morning, Theo. Everything alright? Okay. Gonna actually BRB. So I'm actually gonna make another cup of tea. And I know for sure we're not gonna finish this up tonight because we know how long it took to finish Theo's day 4. And Rofi's day 4 was actually, I think Rofi felt kind of longer. So yeah, I know for certain. Oh, so everyone's gonna get a okay. So does the game just stop at day 4 for everybody, or is there gonna be a day 5? Me wonder. Don't know. Probably. All right, 1 second. Let me go make that tea. Okay, I'm back. Um, so it is. We have 16. Yeah, we have 16 minutes. We have 16 minutes. So I'm actually going to save this for another time because there's no way we're going to wrap it up. The new update came out. Day 4 for Hunter. Oof. I did not see that coming. But I'm glad it's here. So we're gonna just wrap things up. Tomorrow, Friday, I still haven't decided on a game for Friday tomorrow. It might just be me playing whatever comes to mind, being like 2XKO. Could play Marvel Rivals. I could mess around in Marvel Rivals. That's a game. I could also play some little spooky Silent Hill. The new one? Silent Hill Fudge. Silent Hill Fudge, yes. My favorite Silent Hill. I got that game too. And I was going to say Sonic Unleashed, but I'm reserving Saturdays for Sonic Days. Although I don't mind starting that a day early. We'll see. We'll see. I'll update everybody once I've settled on this weekend games. But for sure we'll have a stream happening over the weekend, so be on the lookout for that. But for now, this is good night. Thank you all for joining, and I will see you all tomorrow.